Welcome, Chiefs, to a video all about ring bases. That's kind of the meta right now. That's what's going on. Town Hall 11, 3 stars are extremely difficult and out of the reach of most people. So a lot of people are running anti 2-star bases, mostly ring bases. So before you have 3 wonderful drawings drawn by yours truly. They are the 3 different ways that I could think of that are most commonly used to attack ring bases. The first one is the long walk with a queen walk. The second one is your normal funnel left, funnel right, send everything in. And then the third one is to actually follow the design of the ring base, survive, and then enter in. And that one will usually get you the 3-star. So I'll go into each one a little bit more in detail, and then we'll watch some replays that demonstrate the wonderful pictures that you're seeing. So the first one here is the long walk. This is where you queen walk usually for about 1.5 to 2 minutes, and you queen walk safely without wall breaking in. Then you send in a bunch of troops behind what the queen just cleared out, usually miners, bowlers, valks, something like that, and you get your nice easy 2-star high percent. Up first here is Ryan demonstrating. He uses some baby drags to funnel, and then he's going to drop his queen down, and she's going to go right. What you're looking for in this method is air defenses that you do not have to wall break in and get. So they are situated, 4.5 tiles? The center is situated 4.5 tiles behind a wall. So 5.5 tiles. And as long as you don't have to wall break in and you can just keep walking, this is extremely safe and will get you a really good percent. Better than some of the other strategies most of the time. You can bring a couple of rage spells because your walk is going to take a little while, and with the high level, Town Hall 11 point defenses, it just keeps you safe. Because most of the time for the core, you're only going to need 2 spells, so you can usually use the rest for the queen walk. The reason you need the air defenses, they have to be close so you don't have to wall break in your queen. Because as soon as you wall break in your queen to get to an air defense, because they would kill your healers and pretty much wreck your walk, is once you wall break in, she's going to start to head towards the core, towards those infernos, towards those expos, stuff like that, and it's just going to be extremely dangerous for her. So that's what you're looking for. The keys in this strategy is the air defenses. I think that was the only side with an exposed air defense, so that's what made you pretty much just determined your whole attack is where the one air defense was weak. He sent in a couple miners there to get to the air sweeper, then redirect to the core to lure the clan castle, and then rage spell comes down on the queen with the poisons, deal with the clan castle. Once he knows that that's taken care of, here come the rest of the miners, all in one go. They're going to head straight to the core, rage spell, heal spell, keep them nice and healthy, and they're going to burn through the core pretty quickly. I like miners in this strat. This is my preferred one because then you don't need to use jump spells and things like that. Miners will just go straight to the core. It doesn't matter what sort of funky wall setup they have or anything. The only thing that kind of screws this is if there's lots of skeleton traps in the core, in which case don't use 2 poison spells on the clan castle. Save 1 poison spell for the skeleton spells inside the core. I also didn't think that he needed that second heal spell. Probably would have brought either a second rage spell or a freeze spell. Maybe on the eagle or something, I'm not sure. But most of the time for the core, you just need 1 heal, 1 rage, and then you can use the rest for the queen walk. For example, in this one, if he hadn't used that second heal spell in the core, he could have had another rage spell, kept the queen going through this little tough spot right here, and picked up another couple of percent, but it's okay. So that's the general idea. Touch on it a little bit more in the next replay. Also done by Ryan here. So same thing, this base you can see by the queen platform. The air defense is set too far back, so you're not walking that side. Up at the top by the Grand Warden, she can probably reach it, but a little bit sketchy. The one on the right side and the one at the bottom right, she can definitely reach those. So that pretty much just determines your walk right there is where is the exposed and easy to get air defenses. This one was exceptionally nice also because all of the expos were set to, oh, I'm sorry, all the expos were set to ground air, so that made that a lot less damage for the queen and nice and easy. Same, general plan. You're just walking for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. It really doesn't take minors or valks very long to get to the core. Rage spell, heal spell, they tear through stuff pretty quickly. Didn't have to use any troops to lure the CC right there, so that's always nice when your queen just naturally lures. Tried to do some funneling with the baby dragon. I think he wanted her to go in right here. I'm not totally positive. He drops the king to kill the enemy king. I'm not quite sure why he did that, because that extra troop space really just lured out the eagle. And if you activate the eagle while you're still doing your queen walk, she is at a very, very limited lifespan. So try to walk for as long as possible without activating the eagle, because that will just extend the amount of time that you can walk and the extra percentage that you can get. So you can see this raid compared to the last one. A couple less percent, nothing huge, but little stuff like that may end up mattering in war. So there you go, Ryan. 2 great attacks, excellent demonstration. Next up, we have the double cut, which is your standard attack style on a ring base. Use some troops, funnel left, use some troops, funnel right, and then send your main kill squad straight up the core. In this attack, demonstrated by Ryan again, he's our kind of resident expert. He's going to do an air attack this time. Zap Quakes, take out 1 air defense, uses his heroes to get the second air defense and create some funneling. This method not this method, but whether you use air or ground is primarily right now determined by the expos. You can see in this one, all of the expos are on ground. So he's really just using his funneling with his heroes because you can't set them to air. And then the rest of the attack is totally air based. And that's, what is it, 400 DPS? Soon to be 440 DPS, I think, that you just have to ignore and don't even worry about if all the expos are on ground. So he dropped a couple of air troops on the right there, where he took out the air defense to create some more funneling. The heroes did a great job on the left. All ground clan castle, so that made this even easier. 2 rages for the dragons in the core, pretty beefy DPS. Froze the eagle and an inferno, so that was some good freeze there on the dragons. Save them. So that's what you're looking for, is just use some troops, funnel left, use some troops, funnel right. This is the most common method that you're going to see. This is what's going to happen most of the time. I find this to be one of the less reliable. I don't want to say like reliable, but you have to invest so many troops in funneling, extra tanks, extra wall breakers to break in multiple places, that I find you get less optimal results compared to like a long queen walk or something. But sometimes you just don't have a choice with the long walk. So there's that. Jim demonstrating the same thing here, double cut, but this time he's going to use a queen walk in order to do one side and then some bowlers to do the other. Queen makes the right side of the funnel, bowlers and I want to say like a giant or something make the other side, and then everything just goes straight up the middle. Yep, here comes the giants bowler, looks like out of the CC with a couple healers, keep them alive. Luckily between that queen platform and that archer tower is a nice big excellent gap. So you take out that archer tower and that's really all you need to do to make the funnel. So sometimes you don't need to do a whole lot. Down come the Valks and the Queen. They enter together. She made the right side. Jump to the core. Here comes the clan castle. Rage spell, freeze spell. Sadly, he missed the loon and the golem by a little bit, but it doesn't end up mattering because Valks under rage in a core equals bye-bye core. So the Queen didn't want to go to the core. She went off to the right side, did some dumb stuff there, and then just killed herself. And all the rest of the kill squad bounced back out of the core pretty nicely. It looks like someone might have charged through, I don't know. picked up some more percent. So that's the general idea, whether you go with ground or whether you go with air. The general idea is use some troops, funnel left, usually one hero, use some troops, funnel right, usually the other hero, but it can really be anything. Golem behind bowlers, queen walk, maybe just some baby drags. And there you go. The last attack and the only 3-star viable one, in my opinion, is the Roundabout. You use a queen walk, generally could be a bowler walk too, funnel to the funnel one way, and then send your troops. They merge up together. They walk all the way around the base, and then everything goes to the core. In this method, demonstrated by myself, this is going to be the one that you least likely use and see least often. The only reason I was able to do it on this attack is the 2 things that you're looking for. No eagle. That was huge, because in order for your troops to walk all the way around the ring, if they're getting shot at by the eagle the whole time, they're probably going to die. The second thing, as I highlight it right here, is the Inferno Towers. As you walk all the way around the base, the Inferno Towers really just don't come into play. There's such a big moat around them that they just don't matter. So you can walk all the way around the base safely using heal spells, and the Infernos won't really stop anything. So I've made a little bit of the left-hand side funnel with my queen there, use my king to do the rest, and then just sent everything up together. Nice closed queen walk, everything merged. Some poison spells, some heal spells where I thought there was going to be a lot of damage. Fortunately, there were a lot of black mines on the outside of the base. My plan was for some baby dragons raged up to follow the kill squad in parallel to keep them inside. Fortunately, it didn't quite work out so well. The Valks, being super speedy, got ahead of the king, and he was like, I'm just going to beat through a wall and get out of here, and the Valks just kept going. So that was sad. The queen didn't follow up either. She went and did her own thing too, but it's okay. Unfortunately, I missed one baby dragon in poisoning, and we had a little baby dragon off, and he's just going to run around at 100 hit points or whatever and terrorize all my troops. But I will be victorious. The last thing that I did on this, it didn't end up working out so well, but the plan was that I had CC miners, and because of all those walls and just ugliness that was going on there, again, miners ignore walls. It doesn't matter what their moat, crazy, core wall layout looks like. You send miners, create enough of a funnel, they go straight to the core. They don't care about walls, and they were just going to pop up in there and just roast the Inferno, roast the Town Hall, and then finish it up. But that didn't quite happen. So I used them as cleanup troops, but eventually they did their intended job here that I intended all along, and they traveled, they went straight to the Inferno, and they finished it off. So boom. That's what you're looking for. Those are the 3 methods. Let me know what you think, guys. My pictures are awesome. Don't say anything about that.